I was trying to fulfill having a game to do two things. One, be a pseudo RPG, and three, be an anime. Because John loves both RPG. Wow. Because John does love his anime, don't you, John? Oh, you guys are dicks.
Welcome to the Spin Dash Retro Gaming Podcast. Prepare yourself for the joy of classic gaming. Fired straight into your delicate little ear holes. Fire away.
This is like what when brain function takes a drastic drop off, and then we hit record. That's what happens. Like we record these episodes at our low.
Yep.
Question actually, when are we high? When are we at our highest?
I don't know how to answer that. Not
when we started.
Yeah, we in earnest started this podcast out. Like we sat down, we did research. I feel like we had like intelligent conversations for like 2 episodes. Because on Mario you talked about
pre-kids.
That was like 2 episodes.
No, because even on the Mario episode, John's going on about Miyamoto being a secret closet Nazi. I mean, if you go back and listen to like that fucking episode, isn't any much better than what we've got now.
I was on some tangents then.
And you still haven't posted the video of Mario, you flying through the fireballs, which you claimed, way back when. You claimed that you did it, and you claimed you were going to do a video of you dodging those fireballs with the cape, and you didn't do it.
I have no memory of that.
He's so shocked that he's offline.
Well, the Nick glitch happened early.
Why is his internet so bad?
And he's back.
Hey!
Carol's watching her porn.
God damn it, Carol.
Jiggle the wires.
I just go up there.
I actually did a full... I went on to the settings and see what devices are connected to what.
Yeah.
I went to every fucking single device that would be connected and wrote down, and you get an ability to label it with it that when they hit the network.
Yep.
So I labeled everything so I know who's on what there. So I could actually log on right now and kick Carol off.
Yeah.
That's yeah. Oh my God, do it. How fucking funny would that be if like mid-show she comes downstairs and just screaming at you?
She wouldn't know. She'd be like, my device is not connected. Do you guys know why? Nope. I'm sure all our one listeners enjoying this conversation right now.
We have downloads actually, and I'm quite disappointed.
I don't download this at all.
I don't know where they're coming from.
I don't listen to any of our episodes ever.
Why would someone listen to me? Why?
My buddy Fish thinks you have a nice voice, Matt. You're very clean.
Oh.
Yeah, you probably have the best mic and setup. And also you do have a nice voice. I mumble.
So, speaking of mics, I passed up on a Shure mic today for $10.
Why'd you pass it up?
It was a standard just mic like this, but it was just a Shure mic. So I didn't know if it was... I didn't bother looking up. I'm like, I don't feel like spending $10 on that.
What's the difference between what you have now and a Shure mic?
I mean, Shure is a good brand.
Oh.
It's one of the top brands out there. I mean, it probably could have been worth more than what it was. But I just didn't want to invest.
What do you have right now? Because your mic right now, I've got no complaints with.
My mic right now is a Ultron.
Ultron.
Age of Ultron.
Rip Nessie.
Nessie had a good fight near the end.
Yeah, Nessie fell off a table.
It's a
Nick has eaten the
Audio
mic.
2000s?
A what?
Audio 2000s is what it's called.
Never even heard of it. However,
It's your Radio Shack special right there.
works good. It works better than any mic that you've presented so far. I think that mic has natural talent, but Nessie tried the hardest.
Nessie, she really did. She really did.
Dining room table. Carol doing dishes.
Oh my God. I forgot those days. She's in the background clanging dishes.
Oh yeah, Carol has no boundaries. You can be changing in your room, she'll open that door right on you. Doesn't knock anything. Hey, I was changing here. Thank you.
She might see your Dragon Balls.
Oh,
we're not gonna get there quite yet. So how you guys doing tonight? Any drinks? What are you guys drinking?
Well, I'll go first. I had high hopes. I was gonna crack open something fancy for this one, Nick, and then I got lazy and I went with a mediocre White Claw.
White Claw.
TV static in a can. I have Shipyard Summer Ale. I am not that ambitious lately.
Well, at least you guys have booze. All I have is water.
Oh no!
What?
Oh, it's the worst.
God.
Drink it all?
Time to go. What? I'm actually
stock.
My stock is completely out.
Whew.
Gotta go find that bottle of El Toro that's stashed in the cupboard somewhere.
There is not a lick of booze. There is the only booze that's in my house right now is wine that is probably old as my marriage right now.
Aged.
No, not the good aged. It's white wine that sat out.
Ugh.
Why is it still in your house?
Vinegar.
It's one of those ones that has been decorated and whatnot. So Nicole uses it more as a decoration than anything.
Is it even white wine anymore? Or is
I
it
don't know.
rust
I haven't
colored?
looked at it.
Yeah,
I think there's some red wine up there that's been there a while too as well.
Red's all right, but you don't want that white wine.
Red's probably about 10 years old now.
That's fine. If it was good, I don't know. If it was a cheap wine, then it tastes like
I have
vinegar.
no idea.
Yeah.
Just like
Stuff
Sharpies.
I think stuff were given to us on our wedding day, and anniversary maybe. Don't know.
How does wine stay in your house? A bottle of wine at my house, if it's here, it's gone that night.
None of us drink. Nicole doesn't drink, and I don't care for wine.
Yeah. Love it.
How can you not like wine, Nick?
I had because I drank about 2 bottles and got a really bad hangover one night, and
that has not stopped you from the other.
Oh, it was the worst hangover I ever had. I felt like a Mack truck hit me.
I've heard red wine hangovers are bad.
They're bad. They're very bad. Yep.
The only thing that came close to it was I had a really cheap whiskey, like Canadian whiskey. It was a really like
Canadian LTD.
Yeah, it was.
Ugh.
My friend's like, "Oh, I saw this. I bought it purely because there's a story onto it, so we're gonna drink it."
Stu had a camp on a pond up in like Clifton, and we would sneak over there in high school and college, and we would party. And yeah, I had that stuff, and we would sleep upstairs, and it got hot. And I just remember like being under this itchy old blanket on like just a mattress with like a really old pillow, and just the worst hangover ever. And I had to drive home. Yeah. I feel you, Nick. That cheap whiskey hits real hard.
I just haven't drank wine, and whiskey's taking me a little bit to get used to again. So just the water, just hydrating, just keeping hydrated.
You weren't a lover of Scotch. I do know that you are not a fan of the Scotch.
I think that's one I have to get used to. The thing is,
I like
Scotch and whiskey are sip drinks.
Yeah,
and I'm not much of a sipper.
You're a chugger. We've seen it.
Like I could taste I could take a nice swig. Take a good gulp off it.
I'm jumping ahead very far into the future. That magical day when we actually do Metal Gear Solid, can you get a Foster's that night?
Yes, I'll do that for you.
Celebrate 2 years in the making with a Foster's? I'll buy Foster's too.
how about this? I'll get 2 Fosters, 1 to shotgun for you, and then, well, how about John? If you actually decide to come to my birthday this year, bring me a Foster's, and I'll relive the shotgun for you.
I think I'd rather save it for Metal Gear Solid.
You did shotgun. You shotgun to Foster's on Pod Racer, but this would be like another. This would be your annual Foster's chug.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
I'll do one
also
for you.
on your birthday, there's going to be kids and stuff.
Has Sarah stopped him before?
I don't know. Just look. Yeah.
What's Daddy doing? Daddy's taking a freaking beer like a champ, motherfucker.
Well, maybe.
Came close once. Came really close. For all those that are listening and do not know, a Foster's is an actual pint of beer, and it's quote unquote a Australian beer, though it's really not their main beer as well. And almost annually, I think every time we get together in some form, I try to shotgun a Foster's. I have not successfully shotgunned a Foster's. Came close. I took one all down, but she upchucked pretty quickly.
Now it's a Foster's. They're a beefier can. They're not the what is it? Right? Can 12 ounce. What's a pint? 16 ounce. So 4 more ounces. Am I right on that?
Yeah.
She's hefty.
That's your threshold.
Would you rather funnel or shotgun?
I've only funneled once in my life.
Oh, wow.
So probably shotgun.
I find shotgunning is cleaner because funneling, you have to do the whole nose grease bullshit with a foam. And it's like there's a cleanliness that's not with a funnel that you get like your own can of beer.
Those funnels in the dorms were not sanitary.
Oh, no, that's probably why you have the immune systems that you have now.
That's what happened.
That or the STDs you might have now.
Everyone got herpes
from a funnel.
COVID came from funneling in China.
damn pangolin.
They're in the fucking wet market funneling, just funnels everywhere. This is getting taken down off Spotify.
Yeah.
No, definitely. Let's clean it up. Any pickups since last we talked?
Nope.
I got nothing.
I got one.
Oh, good, because I was worried about a strikeout. Okay.
No. Per John recommending a pawn shop that was within my travels. Literally, it was actually 2 minutes from appointment I had. I stopped in and I found a nice little section of video games that they had. They had anything. They had Game Gear. I actually almost bought the Game Gear they had, but it was a little too rich for $20. The only thing they said it did was power on. And I'm like, for 20, I couldn't. I don't think it was worth it.
Matt's twiddling his thumbs over there.
I would have done it for 10, and I would have brought it up to Matt and like capper.
I need to practice as long as you don't have any interest. Like if I completely fuck it up and you never get a working Game Gear back, as long as you're willing to.
That's where $10. That's why the $10 was my threshold.
Gotcha.
Like $20, I'm like, because then what? The caps are what? Like 15.
I think I only paid $8.
Yeah. So I was like, 20 plus it there. I'm like, I don't want to throw that away, like on the venture. So I end up purchasing other Sega product, Sonic and Knuckles.
Oh yeah,
right on.
Got it for $15.
That's a good deal.
Yeah, and I tested it. Works. Took a couple tries. I had to clean. I think I have to definitely clean it because there's a couple slide in, slide outs. Put it in until it actually worked.
Did you test the top? Did you put Sonic 2 on it?
Sonic 2. I put Sonic 2 on it. It worked.
What does that do?
Gives you Knuckles.
Yeah, it gives you Knuckles and Sonic 2.
Oh, okay. I didn't know what the stacking did.
Yeah, and I always heard, and it doesn't work with Sonic 1 because it's a different engine.
Yeah, you just get blue sphere.
Yeah. I think this Sonic game would look better on something else. I see behind you there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I think you need to rearrange. I think you need to rearrange your setup there.
Well, all those that's behind me are going to the dump this weekend, except for one.
To make room.
To make room.
No. I can't. I don't have. Nicole is coming down here, and she and her mom are going to be cleaning next Memorial Day weekend. They're cleaning out the whole basement. So
good. Yeah. They can dust it. It'll fit perfect.
Yeah. No, I don't want that. I don't want that monstrous thing. Just take it to the transfer station, John.
No, I'm just going to put it for free on Facebook and make someone come get it.
Just label it as retro gaming TV, and then everyone will be like, "Oh my god, I'm going to pay for that."
Why don't? Yeah, I mean, what are you going to do instead, there, Nick? You're going to have nothing if you take all that to the dump.
I'm keeping the one CRT right there.
I don't know.
One CRT and and I have an extra flat screen.
So upstairs. Just wait till after Memorial Day weekend. I got it.
No, I don't want it. I don't want that thing. I know how heavy that fucker is.
Yeah.
You've had that TV forever, John.
We'll just carry it down the stairs and you set it up on that desk and there you go.
No.
All right.
Should we just hop along? Any news? Anything retro?
Hop along, Cassidy.
I've got nothing new. I'm trying to think. I've got nothing new for retro.
Really?
Nothing all that exciting. And I've been scrounging around for stuff, and there's.
Well, I actually have something I saw on Facebook Marketplace the other day. I saw someone selling their analog Game Boy, like the one that just came out.
Yeah.
You know, for almost $500.
My God, that's a markup.
Because I think it's what $250 with one of the expansions.
The problem with analog is like they there's a lot of demand for the stuff the analog makes, and they never make enough, and their pre-order and their ordering system is just complete shit.
But I hear it is. I was talking to someone in another chat room, and I hear it is flawless.
Oh yeah, FPGA baby. You can't. That's the way to go.
But that's the only thing I know. But we'll hop into the game of the week. I was trying to fulfill having a game to do two things. One, be a pseudo RPG, and three, be an anime. Because John loves both RPG. Wow. Because John does love his anime, don't you, John? So we played Dragon Ball Z: The Legacy of Goku. Game was released in the U.S. May 14, 2002. Published by Infogames and Webfoot Technologies. Oh, you guys are dicks. Giant dicks. I'm going to kick both you guys in the dicks when I see you this weekend.
And that's why we like Nick episodes.
Remember Home Alone? That's his brother's thinking. Like, I give you three reasons: A, 2, and D.
Oh shit! It hurts. Cue the exit music.
Maybe you just want to put this at the end.
No, it's right in the middle.
Is this going to be the clip where you put in with the intro?
No, it's just going to be part of it. Fuck our listeners. I'm done editing.
So it's a game for the GBA. Came out 2002. It is a action RPG. Would you say that's fairly true, guys? Do you think it played like action RPG?
It was an action game that had RPG elements.
Yeah.
That's only. I was like, "Where's RPG? Where's nothing happened when you leveled up, other than you got a little stronger, and nothing increased. You didn't get like new attacks or anything. You had to learn new attacks from different people.
Yeah.
Which that's my gripe as someone who has read the manga series and also watched the anime growing up.
So yeah, explain your experience, because you've got to guide John and I, because we're fucking hurt. You are well versed.
Did you guys never watch? You guys never watched Dragon Ball Z as a kid on Toonami?
I think it was on Fox. It was cartoons in the morning, if I remember right.
Yeah, it was
early. So really early, because this. I mean, Dragon Ball Z is actually a fairly old anime. It was actually came like early 90s, I think, when Dragon Ball Z came out. And Dragon Ball was actually the first one was actually not late 80s.
I watched the Dragon Ball one in the mid 90s. So whatever that one, the first season, I remember that.
You're probably watching Dragon Ball Z because
Dragon Ball. I don't remember Dragon Ball ever being.
Dragon Ball was pretty much when Goku was a kid.
Yeah,
I don't. That's the one I watched.
There wasn't much. There actually wasn't any real powers of strength. Like you didn't see them charging up their attacks, like power over 9,000 memes, anything like that.
We got to get into that.
So yeah, because you do actually, when you beat one of the guys, and we'll get into it, you get 9,000 XP, which is kind of funny.
So I watched it on Fox, but here's the problem. I literally, before we hit record tonight, I was kind of like cramming Dragon Ball Z info, cramming Dragon Balls in me, and I never watched any of this in order, so none of it makes any sense, because I would just like get on Fox. I don't even think Fox cared. I didn't think Fox was just like, you know what, fuck it, this is an episode. There's no rhyme or reason. There's no order, so I can't follow the story of Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z because everything was out of order.
Watch it. So I watched the series on Toonami, and I actually got to correct myself. So the series actually started back in 1989.
Wow. Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball Z. So I think Dragon Ball was before that. So like 86 probably.
I watched the original. Yeah, because I remember.
I like both of it. They're both funny. Yeah. I mean, what this game does is actually follows this first arc, which was Raditz. The Saiyan arc. So that's where Goku's son is stolen from his brother, who comes to check up on Goku, whose name is actually Kakarot. This is gonna be so weird because
we're not drunk enough for that. I had such a hard time. Goku, Gohan, Goten, It's like fuck. I can't.
So the only characters in here you really need to care about realistically is Goku and Gohan. So Goku is the dad. Gohan is the son. Piccolo, which was an enemy in the very first Dragon Ball, and towards the end, that ends up becoming pretty much a good guy.
And he's like the green lizard bug looking guy, right?
Yeah. You actually end up going to his planet at the very end of the series. So it follows the Saiyan arc. Then it follows when pretty much your first level is you're supposed to go and find his brother. So, in the gameplay with this is they're having you do mediocre little tasks while you walk or fly to go there. Your
completion.
quest. I don't think I did. You didn't have to do all the quests. I think I just did the necessary quests just to move along.
This girl needs flowers, and this person lost.
That one's actually
the
funniest thing is that was probably the biggest quest you actually had to do to make sure you go on to the next level. level. So pretty much you go through. Your base enemies to start off with are dinosaurs, pretty much.
And
pterosaur.
He's a Saiyan, right? He's like ultra powerful, and this wolf sends him to heaven.
Yeah.
Power 9,000 can't fight a wolf.
Yeah. Power -9 in the beginning.
Yeah, I think I understand why they scaled it the way they wanted to make it so you had to, build up your character.
The first 20 minutes were like a pain in the ass, and then everything was easy after you got.
It took me literally 2 hours to beat the game. So it's a pretty fast game if you just read the guidebook. Okay, I gotta do this. Okay, yep.
I watched someone beat it in 24 minutes. I watched a speed run, and they didn't do anything all that crazy.
No.
Like I think most of my time, and I made it halfway through the game. Most of my time was just spent getting lost and then struggling with the flying dynamic, which we can talk about, and like getting caught up on walls.
Yeah, so that's one of my biggest gripes with this game is the fly dynamic. I didn't understand the real use of it, honestly. Like, I feel it had besides the fact that it was actually a way to go faster.
Yeah.
So you could just cruise a little quicker. Or if you had to go over a little body of water, that was about it.
You could like go up a cliff, but not down a cliff, or down a cliff and not up a cliff. Like I had to try, I couldn't really figure out when I could fly.
I was clipping hard on this game. Okay, let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go here. I was, like you said, you get lost in this game because there wasn't no like direction or anything of that nature. So you get lost. You're like, oh, I have to do this task, but now I started another task that randomly I found. And I did that when I think I ended up finding the cat first, randomly, then I ended up doing but then I did a boat, or I'm like, oh, I have this cat, I have to get the boat, or I had to find the girl, and I had the cat actually, and I couldn't pick up the girl until I delivered the cat. So I had to go find where the cat belonged, and he's at the beginning. So deliver the cat, talk to the old man, chat your ear off, find the girl, deliver the girl to the parents. Then I'm like, okay, I did all the past, and I didn't realize I had to do the flowers. So I literally waited for like a half an hour of gameplay. It was like, where the fuck are these flowers?
Just flying around aimlessly trying to find these stupid things.
And then I find them in the top half corner. Boss fights were super easy. Like, it was a very easy pattern to pick up on them. You just keep on backing up.
You can pin them, right? You can get them to a spot where you just like keep beating the shit out of them. Yeah, you just
keep on pinning. And I mean, if you were strategic, you could use the solar flare to blind them, get away, charge up, and do your wave, and do your attack.
So, before we go too far, I want to demand an apology out of John.
Uh-oh.
Because I distinctly and vividly remember playing a childhood game that I loved and being absolutely ridiculed that the hit radius of the weapon was like flapping up. I believe you said a shit-colored pickle, a floppy pickle, a bloody pickle. In this game, literally, he punches like he's got like the 2-inch punch. Like there's no range.
Even the fireball ran out. It's like, okay, cool. Like it didn't. Yeah. Ugh.
Or it would go across the screen, but do nothing to when it actually landed.
Yeah.
The hit
in the beginning, I remember just like playing this for 5 minutes, and then I got killed by wolves like 3 times because I tried to punch them, and they just run around you and bite you, and you're like, hey, and you're just trying to smack them, and it's like,
just using senzo beans.
What the fuck
or
is
herbs?
Oh,
herbs.
Yeah. Pinto bean.
So, what did you guys think of the very first mission though, where you had to pick up magazines?
I didn't know what I was
Do you know
doing.
what those were reference? So,
He's a dirty old man.
He's a dirty old man. Those were his porn stash.
Oh yeah.
You're picking up his porn stash,
dude. I remember that from the original cartoon. The
original
old guy
cartoon,
was a perv.
So that original cartoon was more dirtier than it was there. You know, there's actually a thing that they had to edit out of the U.S. version where Goku, as a kid, lifts up and sees pretty much Bulma's vagina or panties. So
I remember watching that before the bus would show up in the mornings, and my dad came downstairs and he was like half asleep, and he sits down on the couch and he opens his eyes and he looks at what I'm watching and he just gets up and walks away.
As an adult going back and watching it, and I want to go back and actually like pay attention. I want to watch it to understand it. But I just, in my mind, it's like this show is fighting and charging. That's the whole show. It's just like, come back, like go get a soda.
That's where all the memes come from. Yeah. So this game follows up the first arc. So the Saiyan arc, where Goku meets his brother, has to defeat his brother. He dies. He takes a kill to defeat his brother. He goes to, in a sense, heaven, where he has to then, because the other Saiyans are coming. Kami, who is the overlooker of the Earth, says, "Hey, we're gonna give you a second chance. You have to travel Snake Way, which is the other part of the game, and you have to travel all Snake Way, where."
Why does he go to heaven though?
He died.
He dies fighting Raditz?
Yes.
Oh,
and there's literally fucking cutscenes that it cuts to it. Like,
I skipped them. This game got like. Okay, so this game was like one of the first games to feature cutscenes on a GBA. It was videos well before the GBA video. However, it gave me the ability to skip it, so I applaud the game for that. However, I skipped every cutscene.
Yeah, so this game pretty much follows the anime, and you get the cutscenes in between everything. That would explain why you're so lost.
So he died in that fight. Okay.
Yes. So he dies. Yeah. You go to heaven.
You have to hold the guy while the power blast hits you, and it's like, you'll die too. And you're like, that's worth it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So then there, you pretty much travel Snake Way, where you meet the Princess of the Snake Way, where you had to defeat her, and you end up getting lost on time. Then if you keep on going, you accidentally fall off Snake Way and go into hell.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay. So in hell, the task of the movie was you had to catch the brothers, the two demon guys, and you weren't allowed to eat was it King Yummies? I can't remember the guy's name. What was it? King Yama. Yama's fruit, because it pretty much restores your power. So ultimately, pretty much after you complete the little missions there, that one was a pain in the ass because I was having a hard time finding all the fucking ghosts.
Oh yeah,
because you had the quote unquote mean spirits that you had there, and the only way you could identify them was if they were standing completely still, I guess. But then you want to talk about having to navigate a maze because you have random spikes here and there, so you're just trying to find where you can go. That took a little bit more time, but ultimately, from the series and what follows in the game is you end up starting from the very beginning. Again, so you lose all that time. So then you have to cruise, and then by the time you get to the end of Snake Way, you see a little planet where King Kai lives.
Okay, yes.
So in the series, and they do the same thing, you train on this planet that has pretty much like very heavy gravity, like a stronger gravitational pull. So it's harder to move. So what he ends up having to do is catch Bubbles the ape, which you do in the game. That's part of his training. And then the second thing was to catch the cricket and hit him with a mallet.
And so I Googled this because I was like, this is bizarre as fuck. What is going on here? So I guess that guy was on a planet. His planet got destroyed. So he took the chunks of the old planet and made a new planet, but it was significantly smaller. And he trains fighters, but in order to train them, they have to make them laugh. That's his whole shtick.
So in the anime series, Goku had to make him laugh first. Then he accepts him to train him. Then he has him to catch his monkey. Then his friend, the cricket, which was what was the cricket's name? I forgot. Gregory. Yeah, Gregory, and you had to hit him with a mallet. So this is where I kind of got a little irritated, is because it didn't follow the story true. King Kai teaches you the Kamehameha wave. So he does not teach you the Kamehameha wave in the actual series. The Kamehameha wave actually comes from the creepy old man. It's from Master Roshi. So,
who was played by Chow Yun Fat.
No.
Yep.
In the movie, in the
actual movie,
actual real life movie, when they did a real life movie.
Oh, I heard that was hot garbage. Is that?
It was really hot garbage. So, what actually he learns in the series, and this is where it differs from the game, he learns the Spirit Bomb in the anime, which helps him later defeat Vegeta, and then he also uses it as well to defeat Frieza. Well, partially defeat Frieza as well. So that was one thing I had a gripe, as well as where he learned the old man that teaches him the solar flare. I don't think Goku actually ever used solar flare ever in the series, if I remember correctly. It was actually Krillin, and then that actually got learned from not Yamcha. It was Tenshin. Tien is actually one that actually teaches him.
Is he the guy with the eyeball in the middle of the head?
He's one of the eyeball. So that was one of his moves he uses to distract and blind. So that was the only thing. One thing, I guess, if you were looking for accuracy, that's where they changed up some things there. Ultimately, after you do the training, you hop back onto Earth. Well, you hop onto King Kami's pretty much lookout tower that's at the very top of the Earth, and then you have to jump off that to get to Earth, and then make your way towards the Z fighters to then defeat Nappa and Vegeta.
To someone like me who has no idea what's going on, when I was trying to follow this, I'm like, what in the fuck is all of this?
Yeah.
I had, because again, I skipped all the cutscenes and I watched the entire show out of order. I knew who Piccolo was, I think, because now that I know he's the green guy, I'm good on Piccolo. I remember Frieza, who you'll get to later, because he's purple. Yeah. It has a weird voice in the show. I remember that.
Yeah.
It's a very high pitched voice, like an old grandma. Now you'll die, Saiyans. Something like that.
That's pretty good. That's the intro.
You pathetic monkeys.
Oh, that's right. So they turn into monkeys too. I forgot about that. Yes. It was in the moonlight they turn into monkeys.
Correct. So
it's coming back to me.
And they go giant ape, right?
When they go giant ape. Yeah, it's actually one of the things. Goku used to do it when he was a little kid, but he had his tail chopped off.
Finishing move.
And then Gohan monkey. Had his tail because he's the son of Goku. And they actually all freaked out because if he saw the moonlight, he would do the same thing. So go a little bit further, they didn't worry about the moon because in the anime, actually, Gohan actually does turn into a great ape, and Piccolo realizes what it was, and Piccolo actually blows up the moon in the anime.
Like the Earth's moon? Like he
The
blows
Earth's
up
moon, yeah, he blows up the Earth's moon. And just heads up, there's nothing changes to the Earth, apparently.
Yeah.
The tides are still just going normal.
Yeah,
like
everything's working the same. Nothing happened.
You imagine waking up the next day and the moon being gone and just being perfectly okay with it? Like, just, whatever. I got to get to work.
Yeah.
So he blows up the moon and he yanks off Gohan's tail.
He has to cut it. He just rips it out of him.
He just rips it off. He just like yanks it right out in the anime.
Wow. So he doubled down. He doubled down on that because he could have just yanked the tail.
I think the game would have been probably better if they did like
that's a valid point. Why did he rip his tail off if he was going to blow up the moon? He could have just kept the moon.
So ultimately, you finally find Vegeta and Nappa. You beat them very easy. You get 9,000 points from defeating Nappa. Now, the reason why this is kind of key, and I kind of praise the game for doing this, is they accepted it because there's a line in the American version of Dragon Ball Z where Vegeta says, his power's over 9,000, and you always see those memes throughout the internet. So, and you hear Nappa say, what? 9,000? No! And Goku pretty much finishes them. And actually, it's not Goku that finishes them. Nappa crawls over to Vegeta, and Vegeta kills him.
I never was able to, like, in my randomness of watching the show and not watching it, I could never tell if Vegeta was a good guy or a bad guy. I never understood what to think of Vegeta.
He's very I guess you could call him anti-hero.
Yep.
Because we'll be hopping to this. His planet was destroyed. And he, Nappa, and Raditz, and Goku were presumably the only left Saiyans in the whole universe.
Don't they come from planet Vegeta, which is his name?
Yes. But that wasn't even the original, technically in the series deep dive. That was actually a planet that they took over.
Where did he get his sweet monocle?
What monocle? Who has a monocle?
No one has a monocle.
Raditz had. I think Raditz has the
That's
monocle.
Who it was?
The
eyepiece.
Oh,
you mean
piece.
the power reader? That's so that actually reads the person's power. Yeah. So it's
only 2,000 now, but it's going to be 9 later.
So Nappa and Vegeta are actually part of Frieza's. I don't know. They go and they just conquer planets and get planets for Frieza. So they're part of Frieza's army ultimately.
I had this. John, you've derailed me. I had this image like wouldn't it be great if we could have eyepieces and we could just walk around scanning people? Like, no, that person's
Google Glasses.
Google Glass is like, yeah, that's power. He's at power level 200. No.
Can you imagine if someone actually brought that back? Like the Google Glasses actually got it going and got it where like it read someone's power level.
If you had power level,
or if there's at least a feature where like it just like it'll randomly if you go up and it's like power level 2.
I bet that'd make you violent because I know in the thing like they were saying like am I saying it right? Saiyans or Saiyans? Saiyan. The Saiyans are naturally violent beings.
Yeah.
That makes sense because if I had a scanner in front of me all the time that's like this person is less powerful than you, just go fight them. You're gonna win. You have more power. And you know it. There's a thing that says it.
Yeah. So ultimately, you defeat them. I'm trying
no
not to
comment. He just moves on.
No,
gotta get through the story that makes no sense.
No, I gotta get through this because we're approaching an hour, and I really don't want to play. This game This game should not be as long as it is. For the fact that I talk about it more than
because we did 30 minutes of bullshit.
It's pretty much. It's a lot of stuff is so fucking redundant. This is one of the worst games I ever actually played.
Okay, so I'm glad we're on the same page. Then.
I picked this game just because I knew it was horrible. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of the stack.
Did you get this for free as well?
No.
Oh,
I bought you guys' copies.
Yeah, but didn't you get this with a Game Boy or something?
Yeah, as part of the Game Boy law, I got.
He
40
paid
bucks.
for it as part of the law.
Yeah.
Look,
And
when
I
we were
think,
buying games for each other, we're not exactly nice to each other.
Yeah.
That's not our
this
show.
Game, when I saw this game, I'm like, this would be perfect. This would piss off so many people.
Just me.
Exactly. I mean, pretty much you defeat Frieza, you defeat Nappa, then it has a cutscene again where you're on Planet Namek. And the thing is, I think this game could have been good if they actually treated it like an action RPG. So instead of like having to just follow Goku, like they did the actual scenes with other characters that played in the movie, in this TV series, like his son or Piccolo, something like that. In fact, to give it a little bit longer there. So ultimately, it skips to where Goku is pretty much recovering, and he went to Planet Namek behind everyone to collect the Dragon Balls to pretty much restore, get his friends back that died during Vegeta and Nappa, because Vegeta and Nappa killed everyone. So to do that, they go there, ultimately finding Frieza was there, finding the Dragon Balls to become the ultimate powerful being of the whole universe. Ultimately, you get down to where you have to go through a bigger pain in the ass. You can cruise through Planet Namek pretty quickly. Then you get to the fucking temple. And
is that the teleporters?
Yes. I had to look that up. That took me another like probably 15, 20 minutes. Then I like, F this. I'm going to look it up. And I looked it up. Came through, got everything done, finished that up. What ultimately happens in the story is the Grand Elder Namek pretty much boosts your power. And that's pretty much what he does there is he boosts your power. He never actually does it in the series to Goku, but whatever.
It's 9,002 now.
So ultimately, then you end up finding yourself going against the Ginyu Force, which is actually one of the funnier scenes I think I actually remember from the series. I actually liked. It was actually pretty humorous. So you end up having to beat what is it? Four. Well, you had to be four of them. The fifth one was already pretty much dead. But you go against. I'm trying to remember all the names. Raccoon is technically like this big giant doofus guy that you had to beat him first, knock him out. Then you have to do it through Berter and Jace, which are supposed to be one of the faster of the characters. Pretty much, you knock them out very easily. There is not much behind them. It's very easy to read their moves once you could do it. And then Captain Ginyu, you had to fight him. So, to be honest, you have to be at a certain level to actually take some of these guys out very quickly.
Yeah,
I was 25 pretty much when I was on planet, got to finish up before even getting to the Ginyu Force. Because all I did was go around leveling up. That way I was already maxed out pretty much before I got there. So it didn't take much to realistically kill these guys because I had everything powered up at max and just there. After you defeat them, you pretty much go to against Frieza. You defeat him in his first form, and then I think his second form, and then his third form, and then his final form. I think he ends up killing Krillin at this point, and you get really pissed off. This is what turns you into, and the planet changes as well. You see it become more volcano because the planet's going to blow up. In the series, Planet Namek actually dies.
No.
But this is where it turns you into a Super Saiyan, which scares Frieza, and then you kill Frieza. Ultimately, in the series, it was something done. It took like 5-6 episodes for you to kill Frieza. It wasn't even powering up. It was just him talking. It's just literally banter back and forth, if I remember correctly. And then you just pretty much obliterate him. And the planet blows up with you, in a sense, on it.
So you died twice.
Explain to me
No.
heaven and hell. I don't understand how. Like, it sounds like a vacation retreat. Like, oh, I went to hell this weekend and then I came back.
So you
Pretty
actually
much.
stay there. So the Dragon Balls have the ability to bring people to life. So ultimately, they are able to save the last Namekian, Dende, to bring the Dragon Balls, and they end up, I think, wishing for everyone back, and they wished everyone back on Earth, I think, in the series. So anyone that Frieza killed that was on a planet Namek came back to life. So everyone actually showed up back onto life, and everyone that Frieza killed when Frieza killed got back to life as well. So ultimately, everyone came back, and then Goku is in a sense out in space. So this is probably what sets up for the second one, is where they probably follow where Goku has been, because Goku literally, I think, doesn't come back until I think another 2 years, and he ends up learning how to teleport and stuff like that. But
I can't imagine playing through 2 more games of this.
I think there's just one, but there's also
there's 3. There's 3.
We got this 3.
There's Legacy of 3 too.
I wanted to know what you could potentially put me through if I pissed you off. So I looked it up. There are 3 Dragon Ball Z games on Game Boy Advance.
Let's see.
There's Legacy of Goku 2, and then there's Boo's Fury or something like that.
But I don't think that's part of this actual series.
It is. It's 1, 2, 3.
But it doesn't say 1, 2, 3, John.
They have the Rocky Ramboing number, the Rambo number system. Numbers mean nothing.
But yeah, this game, I mean, pretty much. I mean, I guess if you're during the time, it's probably really cool watching. I mean, because you play the game and you had it there, and you had a pretty decent. I mean, you had cutscenes. That's pretty decent. I actually, one thing I actually commend them on for this being a advanced game is having the actual voice acting. Though it was annoying hearing Kamehameha, Kamehameha, Kamehameha every time you charged up.
Yeah, I had the volume off.
I did too. I found the music to be very repetitive, and then had enough. I don't know how this game got made without them learning a couple things along the way. We've had games like Secret of Mana, so I should be able to walk in diagonals. Zelda had, you can walk in diagonals. There's no reason in a game made at this era that you should only be able to move up, down, left, right. The fact I couldn't walk diagonal just pissed me off with this game. That was the starting of the nails in the coffin.
I don't apologize for this game. I'm glad it did its job.
Oh, you dink.
That's all I can say.
Power level 10,000 flex.
Yeah. And I'm glad it pissed off John, because I wanted him to really enjoy a good anime game.
Joe, we haven't heard your thoughts on this, though. You haven't really said a whole lot.
No, Nick's busy telling us the saga of the balls. So, yeah.
Well, what are you John, just give me some blue balls?
I mean, I remember the show as a kid, and somebody had a fighting game at one point in college. I think. Wasn't there a fighting game?
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
there's some big fighting games right now. There's actually one of the most popular fighting games is a Dragon Ball Z game.
Yeah. I know of the memes. It's very memeable. Yeah, it was janky gameplay. I don't like anime, so then that hovered over everything for me, so
it did its job.
You never came up above that. You stuck at that.
Yeah, and then just the fact that the beginning of the game sucked. These wolves killed me. All the fireballs don't do anything. They only go this far.
Well, so you had different controls. You had different you switch between attacks using your L and R button.
Oh yeah, I know.
You had the ability to do short blast, and then you had the ability to actually power up.
Oh, I know that. Yeah, but it's just I don't know. Yeah, there was like, okay, we have like 20 quests for you to do, but there's no like level. You can't adjust things with your level. It's just, it was pretty linear. Yeah.
Super linear.
I don't feel like you gained anything. Like you got a quest
Right.
and it's like, oh, here's experience. I'm like, great, awesome.
Your
That's
power.
got
The
more
only thing I think
powerful.
went up is quote unquote your power. Your strength went up a little bit, but you didn't
Yeah.
really notice your strength until you got into the 20s.
Yeah, and as soon as you got to a high level, you could just decimate everything. So it was opposite of an RPG that I'm used to, because they start out a little easier and the difficulty increases along the way. And this did the opposite.
It's just like a flat difficulty curve.
Yeah.
Like the enemies
Yeah.
start out and they're really hard.
Yeah, they didn't change. I don't know. Yeah.
So next game, Goku, Legacy of Goku 2.
No, God, no! Please don't.
You will wake up and that television will be in your basement.
No, John, no. I'm so sorry.
I remember watching this cartoon and I was like, this is cool. And then 1995 happened and I forgot all about it.
I would have loved the fuck out of this show.
I watched this religiously. So when did they end this series? So I watched this because it goes beyond. It goes to, you have, after this is the Cell Saga, then the Boo Saga.
I remember the Boo Saga. Yeah. I remember Boo, Majin Buu, and they like these
giant,
like
a pink thing.
Yeah.
And that's the last I watched. I didn't watch the GT series, and then I've been hopping into Dragon Ball Super, which has been pretty decent.
Is that new? When is Super Dragon Ball?
Super's new. Yeah, it's new. It's pretty much after everything has happened. GT didn't exist. It's pretty much everyone's grown up. Gohan is a grown up, has a kid, everything, married and whatnot.
I get the names Gohan, and then there's Goten. But then he is like raised by someone named Gohan, right? Doesn't he name his kid after the one who raised him?
Okay, so Goku was raised by Gohan. Gohan was his grandfather's name, so he named his son Gohan after his grandfather. And then Goten is Goku's other son that he has much later with his wife Chi-Chi. And then you have Vegeta has a kid with Bulma, which is Trunks. Then, yeah, if you actually, most of them are named after, I think if they translate, either they translate into a food or a undergarment of some sort.
Oh, damn it. So I wanted to like Infogrames, like the developer. I recognized them from other things, right? Wasn't it? Didn't they do Pokemon?
No, that's Game Freak. I know what you're talking about. Infogrames.
Yeah, they've done a ton of stuff, right? Because I recognize the name, and I've played some of their other stuff. They bought Atari, but they've had all kinds of... They've weaved in and out of so many systems and companies. But the early history, they were founded in like 83. And the founders, this is a French company, they wanted to name the company Zaboub System, which translates to Dick System in English.
Yes. It's been worth it.
I know, right? And they're like, no, don't do that. But Zaboub, so Z-B-O-U-B is Dick in French. So now we know. You're Zaboub.
Better for that. I'm going through trying to find and that logo is very familiar to me.
Yep.
Infogrames. I'm trying to think of stuff that
I think this game actually reached, when I did have a Game Boy Advance, I think I actually had this game, but I never actually played it because I think it was like one of those games I think I got for my birthday or Christmas and never got around to playing with it. So I remember having this.
Yeah, I'm not a lover. I'm not a lover of this one.
This one got pretty bad ratings.
It's weird because the third one actually got pretty good ratings.
No.
They figured it out just in time.
Yeah.
For the system to end.
It felt like an NES game to me. It was just like so simple. It's like, how did you not there was like so much that was learned over the Super Nintendo on how to make a game.
I remember playing the original Final Fantasy on NES. At least you had different attacks for Final Fantasy, but this one, oh my god, I don't know. I wish this had like an overworld. I wish you had actually multiple characters. I don't know.
I don't know how you could fuck up a Dragon Ball Z game though. I feel like it lends itself well to be a game. Like it found its mark when it became a fighting game. Yeah.
That's what this game is supposed to be, a fighting game.
Yeah, because all they do in the show is fight, right? That's like whole episodes.
So that's all it is.
Battles.
Or charge. They could do a Mortal Kombat style, like the charge meter thing where you hit the block.
Yeah. Because what was the content of this game? There were like 20 quests where you help people do things. So like that isn't related to the game, to the show.
Is this all? Is this Phil? Like I said, if they broke away and had the characters doing like different characters, like, oh, what happened while Goku was doing this? Well, maybe cut in and actually have you, instead of seeing an action scene or there, cut in and actually have you play those characters, even though you had a pretty much destined you're going to fail, but at least you played, I don't know, some type of interaction.
I think in the later game, I think I was reading somewhere that they do that. Like one of the later games, you can merge people to get different stats, and you can play as the other characters too.
Yeah, so in the series, pretty much everyone's a Super Saiyan in the second one, because when you fight against Cell, you get Future Trunks that comes back, who's a Super Saiyan. Vegeta learns to be a Super Saiyan. Gohan becomes a Super Saiyan level 2. Goku is a Super Saiyan, technically level 3, but he never actually releases it. With Boo, Goku becomes a level 3 Super Saiyan, but he ends up, you actually have Trunks and Goten who actually merge and becomes Gotenks to defeat.
Gotenks?
Yeah. Gotenks, yeah. And then I forget how Boo is defeated. I think it's when Goku and Vegeta become a Super Saiyan together. They use a merge, and they become Vegito or Gogeta, I think.
Vegeta.
Yeah, it's when the two become pretty much one. And yeah.
Anime. Yeah.
Game was shit.
Bolted to the floor.
Now you guys never sent me your rankings, so I'll have to cut this. So
that's because I'm doing it now.
Yeah,
I know I already have this game.
I'm gonna, Nick, where do you want this? And I will have to go and edit this.
This is like third from the bottom.
So, between Claymates and Body Harvest?
Yeah.
Wow,
that's low. Man, that is aggressive.
I gave it a little bit more credit than that.
Okay, so
the only reason it's there is because of cutscenes.
Wow, it would have been even lower.
You liked it. Yeah.
Well, I was like, for it being a GBA game having cutscenes, I was like, oh wow.
So
wasn't expecting it.
You have this below Battle of Olympus?
Yeah.
Below Wow, Nick. Below Claymates, above Body Harvest, to confirm. Wow, that is low. All right, John.
I got it at 40.
He's looking at his own list, by the way.
Yeah.
It's probably not an accurate list.
What?
Look in the chat,
for Donkey
John.
Kong?
Go in the chat.
Yeah, I know. We didn't put Donkey Kong on. My bad.
No, Donkey Kong's there.
Yeah? All right. What'd you say in the chat then?
No, that's where the list is existing. You can see everything that you've ranked.
Yeah, I know.
It's labeled John.
Yeah, I know that. That's what I'm doing. I don't know why Nick's being a dink. I'm looking at the list to figure out where I want to put it. I'd say 39.
So does that mean Clock Tower goes down or Clock Tower?
Yep.
What's it in
Clock
between?
Tower goes down.
So between Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 and Clock Tower.
Yep. Just
I
because
can't wait to see the ranking on this. I gotta get close.
to dead last.
I need to knock you. You have top game and dead last game. You're sandwiching everything else.
Well,
yeah.
Super Mario World's first, and I didn't pick that. So do we just take that one off? Like,
No, you're taking away my pick, John.
what's yours?
Super Mario World.
Did you? Oh, okay, that's yours.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
was me. All right, so I'm doing the math right now. I'm doing the sort. It's gonna be low. It's gonna be real low.
I say probably second from the bottom.
No, it's not gonna be that low.
You forget how bad those were.
I put it below Crystal Warriors and above Clock Tower. So it is in my number 41 spot. So according to this list, let's just paste over. It now sits in our 41 spot, below Crystal Warriors and above Clock Tower. Look at that, just like my list. Make sure the math. Yeah. Yeah, and that's where it sits, because Teenage... Oh, no. No. Fucking A. If you guys would just told me this earlier, I wouldn't be on air doing fucking Excel. I spend all day doing fucking Excel, and I come home and I do more fucking Excel here. All right. Why is
I
this
like
thing...
making? I've done too good of a job this time around.
Yeah. Okay. So yes, it is below Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 and above Crystal Warriors. It sits in our number 41 spot. So
how many games have we played so far?
On this list, there are 45, because we've had some episodes where we've done 2, and we have some episodes that are lost. John, you somehow managed to forget the fact that I made you rank the games that the episodes that we've lost as well.
I want those gone.
You can't. They're there. It's permanent.
Ugh.
It's permanent. So Crystal Warriors is going to Pokemon Crystal is going to sit on this list forever. It's in stone. It's inscribed. It's unchangeable.
Is now a forever on the list.
If Nick ever finds his audio, I'll release those episodes. If that magically turns up,
if that ever magically turns up, like we're probably like at we'll say episode like 500. Like if it turned up, would you actually air it?
I would air it. I still have the raw files from John and I.
Yeah, where's yours, Nick?
I don't even have a computer anymore.
Oh yeah, it's gone.
That's way gone.
I had Silicon Valley that never aired either.
That also went gone because Nick lost his crystals and that one. Those two were nuked.
Yeah.
Along with Sonic 1.
Yeah.
15 times.
Yes.
So
we have 4 lost episodes. Love it. What's our next? Matt, I think you're up now, right, bud?
I'm up.
What do we got going?
Here's what we're gonna do.
Oh,
I needed a game that can be beaten with save states for John relatively easily to make way for Metal Gear Solid. And we have a problem on our list in that I fucking love Mega Man, and we have no Mega Man on our list. It is offensive.
We don't.
The fact that it's gone this long is almost unforgivable. So I debated. I was like, we should play some of the X series. That'd be fun. It's like, no, we should start at the beginning, at least on the NES. So we are going to be playing Mega Man 3 for the NES.
Yay! I actually started it last night. I hate the game.
I've beaten it twice.
I have not beaten one boss yet.
They're hard.
I'm having too much difficulty. Though, question for you.
Yes.
Is Rockman or the Japanese version harder than the American version?
I don't think so at this point.
So I'm playing a Japanese version that was released for PlayStation.
Yeah.
And I am having trouble with Magnet Man right now.
I'm going to be playing that next, Nick, because I've been texting John on the side because your game annoyed me. And eventually I just got pissed and said, fuck it, I'm moving on. So I have agreed that I'm going to beat Mega Man 3 on every system that I have that is capable of playing it. So I've already beaten it on the Genesis and on the NES, and now I'm going to beat it on the PlayStation next. So I'll be there with you.
Let me know. Let me know. I was like, oh, this is crap. But I deserve this one after what pile of shit I left for you guys. So
you basically, what's her name? Amber Hearded it.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
you just left that turd on her bed.
Left it. No, I'm gonna get bitch slapped. Follow us on our socials. It's been fun, guys. But yeah, I'm gone. I'm done. We're gonna play some Mega Man, Rock Man.
Which Mega Man, Nick? Which Mega Man?
Mega Man 3.
There you go. That's
not
Mega
Man 2. Mega Man 3.
Not
3? I don't know.
Not 2. 3.
It is there. Follow us on our socials. Twitter, Spin Dash Retro. We're on the Instagram, Spin Dash Retro as well, and TikTok, which I have not kept up with of late. And anything else we're on? Listen to us anywhere you can listen to podcasts as well. Spin Dash Retro Gaming. So. Well, good night, guys. You have a good one.
Later.
Bye.
It's over. That fucking game is behind us.